Hey y'all, it is day 84 on the Appalachian Trail. For the past 2 days, I've just been fogged out and I've just been nugging out miles. At the end of the road, right down there, is the hostel that I stayed in last night. I can never get the name right. It's like River Rattle Lodge, Hostel, whatever. It was a nice place. And I had left a little early today because I'm going to attempt to do 30 miles, and they're going to be rough miles, but again, I don't have any gear. I just have my little slack pack with some rain gear and some warm gear and a little bit of food and 1 liter of water. So I'm going to attempt to get this done. And they said at the place, they're like, oh, it's a 3-day trip. I'm like, oh, that's bad because I don't have 3 days of stuff. I have to get where I'm going today, which I really like that. There are a lot more hostels in New England than there are in the South, or at least ones that are open. But when I walked into the hostel, they said, hey friend, how you doing? Nice to see you. Welcome to our hostel. You can't bring your shoes in because they have to go outside. And this was like this at the other hostel as well. And our showers are right here. Towels are right there. There's soap right there. And I said, okay, that's fine. And they said, put your gear down and catch a shower. And I said, yeah, I'll just shower as soon as I come downstairs and, settle my bunk and all that. And they said, no, shower now. And I said, okay. So I don't know if it's COVID or it's anything else, but you say hello, and you leave your shoes outside or in their mud room. You leave your gear outside or in their mud room, and you shower right there. You don't pass go. You don't do anything else. You go in there clean. And so it's kind of cool, but I had a decent dinner last night. I had a pretty good breakfast this morning. So I have enough energy in the tank to keep me going for quite some time. And it's cool today. Yesterday was windy. Oh my God, it was so windy. Which just dropped the temperature down. And it's cool right now. And I always start my hikes, like if it's cold outside, I never start them warm. Like I have a jacket in here, but I'm starting a little bit chilly to prevent any overheating. And okay, there's the trail. I hit 3 milestones today. Number 1, I'm going to go over 1,900 miles in about 15 miles. Number 2, I'm going to cross into Maine. And if that's true, then I will have done New Hampshire in 7 days, 160 miles in actually 6.5 days. And then number 3, on the app I'm using Gut Hooks. The map switches every 200 or 300 miles, or I don't really know exactly what the metric is, but it switches. I will be switching to the last map. It will be from Great Barrington, where I'm stopping tonight, to Katahdin. So I will have less than 300 miles to go when I finish today. And let me tell you, I'm kind of looking forward to it being done. Anyone who's in the Army is going to relate to this, but any deployment that you go on, the last 20% of it, 10% of it, you're like, okay, I've done what I'm supposed to do here. It's time to go. And I'm starting to feel that way. I'll have less than 300 miles to go, and I'm told that Maine is, when it's rough, it's rough, and when it's not, which is kind of vague, but looking at the map, I can see that. When it's going up, you're going up, but there are stretches on it when it's relatively flat, which is crazy because relatively flat now means something totally different than when I started, you know. But the whites are done. I'm done with the whites. Woo! Thank you for coming on this journey. It's an awesome, awesome day. It's going to be a long day. And I'm not sure how much video there's going to be because I'm going to be moving out. I'm going to be doing a lot of trail running. I'm going to be getting after it quite a bit. But I'll try to still get the highlights. So, no kid deserves cancer. No donations too small. You guys have a great day. I love you all. Thank you for being here. So just a little ways back, I passed the 1,900 mile mark. So that's one of the 3 milestones for today. Which is pretty cool. And I heard a moose. He's been making moose calls for, I don't know, about the past 5 minutes. I think I'm out of ear shy of him now. Or he's just stopped. Or she, I don't know. But I heard a moose. I haven't seen one yet. So my feet feel great. I was wearing a pair of Salomons and they were pretty good to wear when I was walking with Chris and doing lower miles. And I don't want that to sound like that's a disparaging remark, because it's not. If I didn't walk with Chris, there would have been so many things that I wouldn't have seen. And so many people that I wouldn't have met that were super nice and had a really positive impact on the trail for me. So they were good, but they were very narrow in the toe box. And so then when I started doing higher miles, my feet just started to ache up on my toes. Excuse me. And on the shafts of my toe bones, my metatarsals. I don't want to get too technical on you, orthopedic PA and all. So we'll just leave it at my toe bones. And they were just getting cramped. And at the end of the day, so sore. So I broke down, got a new pair of shoes. And I didn't want to. I was like, I've only got, just about 300 miles left. I can nug it out. And I was talking with this one hiker she worked at one of the hostels I was staying at. And we got to talking about it. And she's like, it's not worth it. It's just not worth it. Those 300 miles are really precious in there. And you want them to have the best experience as possible. And you don't want them to be painful. That you don't want that to be the memory of the whites or of the last bit of the Appalachian Trail. And I got to thinking about it, and she was right. So I nugged out one more day in those shoes, and I got to a place where I could get some shoes, and I did. And I have a pair of wide toe box shoes, and it's made all the difference. I feel great, and I will be in Maine in about 8 miles, I think. I have to look, but I'll look later. Right now, I just feel like walking. All right, and it's I'm going a little bit down now. So today is literally just a bunch of ups and downs. That's it. There's one 4K up, and then all the rest are like 3K or such, and there's a lot of them. Today's going to be a very challenging day. with the terrain and with the mileage. So I'm looking forward to it, and I'm having fun. We'll see if I change my tune by the end of the day. All right, have a good one. So I cannot stand when the trail is not marked properly. And in New Hampshire, they don't call the trail the Appalachian Trail. They call it whatever trail that it is. So like I say, there's one that's Glen Smith Pond Trail. And then in parentheses, they'll say AT. So I've been off the trail for about, I don't know, every day, about a half a mile to a mile one way. So that's time that you have to make up. So that day that I did 27 miles, 27.4, I actually did 28.8 because I was off the trail. Because of the goofy way that it's marked, which just happened. I saw a beautiful lake, saw a beaver lodge, but I wasn't on the trail. So that's my biggest complaint about the AT, is throughout the entire trail, where it really needs to be marked well, it's not. And where it doesn't need to be marked that well, it's marked like every third tree. Oh well, nothing I can do about it. Just keep on moving forward. But I would say that in total, I've probably been about 50 miles out of my way off the trail for the entire time of the Appalachian Trail. Maybe more. But I got that off my chest, and I'm going up. Oh, also, I was hiking this morning, and it's a good temperature. And I thought, it's a little chilly. I should probably see a snake, out on the path, trying to get in the sunlight, trying to warm up. And I thought, it's too cold, and I haven't seen a snake since Pennsylvania. As a matter of fact, that's the only place I saw snakes. Rattlers, and they were in rocky, nasty old Pennsylvania. So, which is one place I'm never going back. But no sooner did I think that about how long it's been since I've seen a snake, I saw a snake. It was just a little non-dangerous guy, just trying to get some sun. He heard me coming and got out of the way. But saw a snake. All right. Oh, I heard a moose. Oh, I think I already mentioned that. I did. I heard a moose. I didn't see a moose. I've seen moose poop. I've seen moose tracks. But I'm so loud when I'm in the woods that I doubt that I see a moose. It would be nice, but I don't think it'll happen. But who's to say? We'll see. All right. Yep. Little iron stairs. Kind of nice. But just lots of ups and downs today. That's all this is. But I'm keeping a good pace. And I'm keeping a good pace on the ups. And then the downs, just going as fast as I can. Whether that be trail running or using my walking sticks because of the, terrain like that going down. So, just thought I'd share some up with you guys. And this is today's leg day. I think they should just rename the whites to leg day. Yeah. Anyway. That's what it looks like. This is a beautiful view. Just amazing. And there's a couple more really nice ones that are coming up. All right, back at it. At the summit of something, and it's pretty darn. This is what I'm seeing. And I'm sure he's out there. Big Mama K. I don't know. Hey there. About 9 months ago, 8 miles ago, out of the 31. So it's going well. I'm doing okay on time. I'm trail running the downs, which is what I'm doing now. But I ran into a guy who said, oh, well, this next mountain that you got coming up, this next peak, yeah, it's the hardest mile on the AT. Come on. So the Smokies were going to crush me. The highest point on the AT, which I think was in Tennessee, I can't remember what it was. That was supposed to be brutal. The climb out of the knock. Oh my God. That was 8 miles of sheer up, and it was supposed to be dreadful. It's leg day. The Shenandoahs were supposed to be nasty. They didn't have water. The roller coasters in Virginia, treacherous. They weren't. Pennsylvania was supposed to be super rocky. It was. But it wasn't bad. And then, the whites are going to crush me. No, that wasn't it. The whites are going to humble me. The whites were fun. And now, and there's a couple more thrown in there that, that was supposed to break me down and be the roughest part. And now I have the hardest mile on the AT coming up. I don't know why people do that. It doesn't make any sense. I kind of equate it to the Jedi and the Sith. And so I'm going to get all nerdy on you. But have you ever noticed when the Jedi talk to each other, they're mean? Right? So, let's see. Count Dooku says to, when Yoda and Dooku are fighting, Yoda's like, oh, you've much to learn. Or when Obi-Wan is fighting with, it doesn't really matter. When he's fighting, it doesn't matter. But they all say the same thing. They're like, oh, you got a lot to learn, son. You're not the Jedi you think you are, right? But the Sith, they're like, oh, Obi-Wan has taught you well. Come on with me, and we'll continue this. You know what I mean? And they're all like, here, let's take it further. Let's do this. Where the Jedi are like, God, who taught you? You suck. Which, that's just what reminds me of everybody on the trail. Oh, you got the roller coasters coming up, man. Although the whites are gonna humble you. Whatever the name of this one that's coming up, it's the hardest mile on the Appalachian Trail. Okay. Whatever. Doesn't change the fact I still have to do it. But what I did see today that was very nice, I saw a woman about, I would say 25, maybe 30, probably 25. And she was walking southbound. And she stopped, and we talked for a moment, and she's finishing up her through hike from last year. And the only thing that she has to do is finish up Maine. And I'm like, well, the New Hampshire border's just right 2 miles away. And she said, I know. So that was really cool. I wish I could have been there to see her finish. That would have been nice. But I got stuff of my own I got to get done. So I'm gonna go back to trail running. I found an intermittent, no, I found a puddle. And so I was able to get a liter of water out of it. So, and clean it. So I have a little bit of water. I'm not ready to drink any of it yet. I'm gonna ration it until I come across another water site. But I kind of like carrying empty bottles and just a filter instead of carrying water. So, you drink your water that you filter, and then you keep empty bottles, and then when you get to a water source, you fill them up, drink them, and walk away with an empty. I kind of like that idea. I haven't subscribed to it yet. I'm still a little too worried about not having any water. I like to have some on me. So, that's what I got. All right, I'm back at it. If it were only a little warmer, I'd go swimming. But it's not. Hey y'all, I'm hiking at my favorite time of day again. But today, I think I'm chasing the sun a little bit because it's going to rain, so it's clouded over. I have about 1 mile to go, and then I don't know what's going to happen. I got to figure out the rest of my day. So, but just check out this view. Hang on, it's about to open up. Oh man. And I'm trail running as well. Let's see. Look at this. Look at that beautiful view. Here we go. Those dark clouds out of there. I gotta outrun them. So today was a very good day. Very long. Difficult terrain. But I went over 1,900 miles. I'm now in Maine, and I'm on the last map to Katahdin. Life is good.